Everybody, welcome back to the 27th episode of Shots on Target with your host, Brad Betts, your go-to show for football analysis and betting. Today is Tuesday, October 1st. Yesterday, we went 1-0 in our play of the day as we cashed in 21 minutes, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals in Denmark. We also went 2-0 in Italy and Sweden on both of our live plays that we discussed on yesterday's show. It brings us to 7-1-1 over our last 9 picks, and we're 12-3 over our last 15 in the live market. That's fantastic. That's not even counting the free money look that we pounced on yesterday in Latvia. But it's time to turn the page. Let's look at Tuesday's slate today. We're going to highlight 2 matches, one in the English Championship, and then we're also going to highlight a second match in the English League One for our best bet today. If you have any questions for the Champions League, please drop them in the chat and we will discuss as soon as I'm finished delivering our best bet. Let's go ahead and jump into our first match. Sorry, a little bit of a cold today, so we're going to keep this very short. Luton, the board is speaking, has scored in 31 of their last 34 matches, and they've conceded in 28 of the last 30. They've hit both teams to score in 26 of their last 30 matches that they've played. That's 87%. So 87 out of 100 would be hitting both teams to score if they had played 100. But it's also hit 15 straight when they're at home. Well, they're at home today, and they're playing Oxford, who scored in 29 of their last 36, solid production, and they've conceded in 27 of the last 34 in their league. So both teams to score at -25 looks like a pretty solid look, but it doesn't make the best bet of the day, which we're going to dive into now. Barnsley, in the English League One, are taking on Wycombe. It's hard to say. Barnsley have scored in 37 of the last 40 league matches that they've played in. Regular production. And they've also conceded in 23 of their last 25. They always seem to allow a goal in their net. They've hit both teams to score and over 2.5 goals in 15 of their last 17 coming in, but they've hit also both teams to score in 38 of their last 46 matches. That is 83% of the last 46 matches. And they've also hit over 2.5 goals in 78% of their last 32. So it's really regular production from a Barnsley squad who's taken on Wycombe away from home. Wycombe scored in 12 straight league matches and 24 of their last 27 overall, regularly finding the net. They've conceded in 6 of their 7 league matches this season and 13 of their last 17 overall. They've hit both teams to score in 9 of the last 11 that they've played in the league, and they've hit over 2.5 goals in 20 of the last 21 matches that hit both teams to score. So it looks like both teams to score should be able to come in with how regularly it's coming in for Luton, and Oxford's ability to score away from home. The over 2.5 looks like it's also in play based on how often it's coming in for both sides, especially with how often it comes in when the BTTS hits in Oxford. So we're going to take the bet split. Also, both teams have scored over 2.5 hit in the previous matchup that they played one another. So it makes sense to drop in on that bet split. Both teams to score at -145 and over 2.5 at -125. Right there gives you a kind of comfortable -135. That also allows you to escape with a push if one of the sides doesn't hit. It only makes sense to go after the bet split today in this Barnsley match, mostly because it's a bet that you make every time Barnsley play, just like the BTTS is a bet every time Luton play. But again, that's both teams to score at -145 and over 2.5 at -125 between Barnsley and Wycombe in the English League One. So those are our 2 matches that we have highlighted for today. It doesn't look like we have any questions in the chat. Brad Morris, thanks for coming to support. Other than that, it looks like we'll go ahead and close up shop early today, and we're going to be looking at these Champions League matches heavily on the live slate today. I feel that there's not a lot of value in most of these pre-match lines. I don't love a lot of the parlays. It's just a bit ugly out there. So I'm going to look to attack the slate live. I also will be watching Arsenal, so if we don't have as many live picks, that could be why. Probably be stressing. Appreciate you, Brad Morris. I will get well soon. Just woke up coughing. Hopefully we'll get that sorted very quickly so we can get back into the data a little bit heavier. Thanks again for coming to today's show, Tuesday, October 1st, your go-to show for global football analysis and betting. We are Shots on Target, hosted by your host, Brad Betts, and we will see you guys tomorrow.